All right. Hey, everybody. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I had difficulties over here. But as I explained in my post earlier, um, I want to try to go over as much as I can in this video because unless any new information comes out, this is just it'll probably be my last Kylie video until some new information comes out. I mean, this not getting any facts is just crazy. All right, so there's a bunch of stuff I want to go over. There's a couple things that I want to point out to you guys, and there's a few things that I found quite interesting as far as connections and stuff go within the town, within the people. Okay. All right, so yep, hold on. There, can you hear me better? Okay, so let's just jump right into this. Actually, give me 1 second. I will be right back. All right. Okay, everybody, so let's get started. Let's jump in here. Sorry about that. Sorry, I got so much stuff here, and I should have put it all in a freaking file, and I did not. So let me find it. All right, so this is the first thing that I wanted to point out to you guys, or I wanted to ask you guys about. Um, all right, so I know there's been a lot of controversy as far as this picture goes, and as far as we know, this was the last known sighting of Kylie, okay, which was at 6:08 at the store. Now, a lot of people we've all been confused because it looks like she has very short hair in this picture. All right. Now, I just tell me what you guys think, but I'm going to let you know what I think. So, do you remember the other, when Sammy showed up to Kylie's celebration of life? And she wore that little white skin tight dress. Okay. Well, you could see the rose tattoo on her chest, right? Now, I look at the whole top of this shirt that she's got on right here, okay? And I don't see any other black marks coming up. But you guys see right here, right in this area, does that look like the tip of the tattoo, of Sammy's tattoo? Or do you think that's just I don't know, like a glare, not a glare, but like a blur line from the shirt? Because to me, this black right here, this little area, looks like the top of a tattoo. And as far as we know, Kylie does not have a tattoo right there. But we know who does. And the next thing I wanted to say was they said that the last time when Kylie was seen, she had the spaghetti strap bodysuit on with these pants and that belt. Now, I know there are a ton of these belts in the world. I used to have one, okay? But we do have that video with Sammy wearing that belt. And I know that could be a coincidence. So, they also said she was last seen in black Vans shoes. These shoes do not look black to me. They look white. I mean, am I seeing that wrong? Because that looks like a white shoe to me. And this looks, I don't know what this is. And I don't know why some of these, oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. My kids are arguing. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. So, anyway, what do you guys think about that? That's just something I wanted to point out. But this, it really does. And Sammy's hair is this length, where Kylie had much longer hair. And if you look at another picture with Sammy looking down like this at this angle, I can't remember. Somebody posted a side-by-side. I can't remember who it was. But, I mean, do any of you think that this could possibly not be Kylie? Because you got to remember that Kylie's mom last saw her Friday morning, the morning of the 5th. Now, this was supposed to be at 6:08 p.m. that day. I mean, I don't know. I just wanted to point that out because I think that's, to me, you guys, this really looks like the tip of the rose tattoo or whatever that is that Sammy has. Let me make this smaller. That's what I don't know, guys. That's what I think. Because if that was supposed to be from that day, Kylie's hair was much longer. So I don't see how that could be her. And I really think that this looks like the top of the tattoo. So I don't know. That's just an observation. And the picture is so shoddy. For a surveillance picture, you think they'd have better cameras these days. That's all. All right, so moving on. All right, so let's get into this. Sierra Tahoe investigations. Now, that is Sammy's parents. And I know there's a lot of talk going on, like, well, how could Sammy's dad be 75? Well, when you go through and look at her sister's age, it makes sense. And a lot of, maybe not a lot, but there's quite a few people that have kids in their 40s and 50s. So, it's not too far of a stretch, really. But, guys, Sammy's parents are government contractors. Now, government contractors work for the federal government. So these are investigators for the government. I would say that is a pretty big deal. And look at the address. 11225 Huntsman Leap, Truckee, California, 96161. Right here, right? Okay, now. Sierra Tahoe Investigations has has a registered in the system for award management for doing business with and bidding for contracts by the United States government. Cage code 1P7U4 was listed as their unique company identifier. The company registers with SAM on April 20th, 2001, and the registration with the below details. Now, this says it expired on October 1st, 2020. So, I don't know if they had renewed it or not, but this is the last one that they had. And I want to say thank you. You know who you are, who did some digging and brought this stuff to me. So, I really, really appreciate it. All right. 11225 Huntsman Leap. Now pay attention to that. Cindy B. Smith, administrator. James E. Smith, CEO. Okay? Of the company. I think that's all on that. And then it has their work emails and all of that, their phone numbers, their fax numbers. Okay, so. And then when I clicked on this one, okay, so the status is active, so they must have reactivated it, like re-registered and got another one. Cindy B. Smith. All right, organization, ownership, and certifications. Cindy Smith, owner. Jim Smith, owner. Now, non-federal government certifications, none. So they don't do any work except from the government. They don't have any non-federal government certifications. It's all federal government certifications. Now, that in itself is not what is the problem here. The problem is that when you're involved with people who are involved with the government, things could get quite messy for you, but they make sure on their end all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed. And when they have those kind of deep connections, they make sure that you don't get in their way. Do you know what I mean? Like, how deep does this well go? So, do you guys know what I'm saying? So to have, and we wonder why Ellie is not doing anything. The people in the town are not doing anything. We wonder why. Because there's government connections. You know who you don't want to mess with? The government. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they've got resources and they've got things that, you're not going to touch their kid. They'll make sure of it. That's why she's out free to do whatever she wants right now. She's getting ready to go to college right now. Does Kylie get to go to college? Does Kylie get to go on and live her life? I'm just saying. I like that somebody left a comment. They were like, oh, Placer County's on fire. Kylie's getting her revenge. It was kind of funny. Okay. No, Bella. Okay. Performance history. Do you know who one of their clients was? National Park Service. For 8 years, their client was National Park Service. Where did this all take place? National Park. Where's the sanctuary? National Park. Where does the Fight Club take place? National Park. Go figure. And we wonder why it never gets shut down, why these kids' parties don't get shut down. Hey, I guess we figured out why. I guess we figured out why. So they have a free pass to do whatever. You know, who cares? All right, James Smith, 75. James Smith is 75 years old and was born on March 18th, 1947. Previous to James's current city of Truckee, James Smith lived in Sparks, Nevada. James also answers to James E. Smith, Jim E. Smith, Jim Smith, and James G. Smith, and perhaps a couple of other names. Why do you go by so many names? What in the hell? Okay. Get out of there. Why do you have so many different names? Why is it so, you know what I mean? Because working for the government has its benefits, I guess. Yes. National parks are very big for missing people. Tons of missing people come up at national parks. Tons. Wonder why that is. All right, Cindy Babby Smith, which Babby is her maiden name, just so y'all know. Resides in Truckee, California. She's 62, related to James Smith. All right. 11225 Huntsman Leap, Truckee, California. Property description is a parcel of land located in Truckee, California, and has a legal description provided by the local assessor. Let's see. Cindy B. and James E. Smith. All right, that's all right. Now listen, Tracy, this is why I don't think it's her grandfather, and we are going to get into that. I'm pretty sure it's her father. All right, Cindy B. Smith, attorney. Here's where it's pointed. 11225 Huntsman Leap, Truckee, California. All right, no, hold on. I'll go back to that. Here's some pictures of Sammy. No, this is her old account, I'm pretty sure. Older account, last post, July 12th, 2020. Who does this look like to you guys? Doesn't this look just like Kylie? Pretty weird. So some of the pictures that we have seen, I don't know, guys. I say she could pass for Kylie. At least, definitely when she had longer hair. So that picture I showed you in the store, if you look at this picture, if I showed you this picture right here, and I said, oh, look at this picture I found of Kylie, you'd believe that was Kylie. It looks just like her from the side. So when she's looking down in that store, that picture of her from the store, are we positive that that's not Sammy? Are we 100% positive that that is Kylie? What do you guys think? All right, Nikki Smith, Sammy's sister, and we're going to see why we think that that is, okay? Now she looks a bit like quite a bit older than Sammy, doesn't she? So that would if this is Sammy's sister, like we're pretty sure that it is, and I'll go into that in just a minute. Then that would make sense that her dad is 75, because he could have had he could have had Sammy when he was in his 50s. I mean, people do that because Cindy is younger than him by 13 years. So people that are like, well, he's 75, he couldn't possibly be her dad. Well, if this is her sister, then he very well could be her dad. So I just wanted to point that out. Oh, shit. Why can't I get this? Hold on a second. Okay. We have, now this is her friends. Sarah Smith and Samantha Smith. All right? So this, now watch, when we get to the parents, we're going to show you why we think they're sisters. Looks kind of like Sammy. I don't know. What do you guys think? Now this is Kelly, Sammy's sister. The Sarah that was on the one page I just showed you, that's Kelly's daughter. So that would be Sammy's niece. Okay? Now this is Sammy's sister. She is much older. So it would make sense for the father to be 75 years old. And Cindy to be 62. I mean, you got to think, she's 13 years younger than him. So she would have been in her 40s. What? Or early 40s? Well, anyway, when they had Sammy. Okay? Oh, yep, that's the one we just had. Other family members and associates include Carolyn Smith, James Smith, Cindy Smith, and Nicole Smith. That's where these names came from, just in case you missed it, because that dumb thing kept popping up. So that's where these names came from, okay? Associated with James Smith, 75, in Truckee. And women have kids in their 40s all the time. As a matter of fact, Chad's sister is having her first child, and she's 41. So, I mean, it happens. All right. The address, 11 blank, blank, blank. This is the same address. 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom. Owner, Cindy Smith and James E. Smith. Okay? This is where the connections come in. Cindy Babby Smith, 62, Truckee, related to James Smith. Now, these are Cindy Smith Facebook friends. Here's Sarah Smith. Here's Kylie Smith. Hold on, there's more. I gotta go to the next page. I gotta go to the next one. Samantha Smith. There she is. They're all under the mom's Facebook page. Okay? Bill Babby is Cindy's father. That her maiden name is Babby. That's why it's Cindy Babby Smith. This is her father. Daughter Nicole. Daughter Kelly. Daughter Samantha. Son Tanner. All right? Are you guys all with me here? All right, now. Whoa. Is this the one I was just... Okay, yeah, okay. All right, now here's Sarah Smith again. Says, go grandma to Cindy Smith. So Sarah Smith is indeed Sammy's sister's daughter. Sarah is Kelly's daughter. Kelly is Cindy's daughter. Now, it says that Cindy was married to James Smith, but got married August 7th, 2010. They both had the company together since 99 to 2000. So maybe they just got married late, which could totally be. But, so, you guys, so Sammy's sister's daughter is about Sammy's age. Okay? So it would make sense for her dad to be 75. They had her really late. Okay, that's the one sorry. There's so freaking many on here. All right, take note of the address. Cindy B. Attorney. Same address. Pretty weird, right? That the address... Wait, Huntsman Leap. 11225. Huntsman Leap. Over here. I mean, what do you guys think? And so it's all at the same address. So her attorney's office, it says her attorney's office is at the house. His investigative services for the government is at the house. I mean, it's all connected. All right, yep, this is just the government contractors again. Here's the same address again. When you work for the government, it goes pretty deep. Like any problems that you run into, I'm sure could be easily taken care of. If you guys know what I'm saying. That is pretty strange. I don't know. Pretty crazy, I think. All right, Sierra Tahoe Investigations. Contact person, Cindy Smith. Phone number, email. Number of employees, 2. Started the business in 2000. View government funding actions. Their business type, for-profit organization. Yep. Accepts government credit card? Yes. Contact person, Cindy Smith. 11225 Huntsman Leap. Why? Here they are, owners. Why would they run both businesses out of their house? And it does say that they were re-registered. So they must still be involved. Here's another one. Just says, I might have a couple of the same ones that I downloaded. But, sorry, I just wanted to make sure I had everything. I mean, yeah, why would you, if you're a PI, right? Why would you run a business out of your house unless you just knew you had nothing to worry about? Right? Do you guys know what I mean? Yes, then you have sorry about that. Then you have Kate's dad, let's not forget about him, who's a sheriff in Sacramento. Oh, yep, I already pulled that up. Sorry, yeah, I might have a couple of these on here twice. Now, this is Sarah Smith's Facebook. So this is her. And that would be Kylie's niece. I'm sorry. That would be Sammy's niece. I'm sorry. Now, following. This is Carrie Smith. Removed friends list recently. Used to have Sammy's old account on there. Not sure of the relation yet. So she did have Sammy on here, but then deleted it. Not quite sure why. We got to figure out who this Carrie Smith is. But that's what I'm saying. Like, so you've got Kate's dad who works for who is a sheriff in Sacramento County. You've got Sammy's parents who work for the government. Okay? You've got this Wu, whose son was supposedly, allegedly there that night with whatever happened to Kylie. You've got all of this law enforcement involved. You've got government contractors involved. Like, we don't even know how deep this well goes. And I think that's why AWP, when they came out and they were like, listen, I think when this comes out, it's going to blow everybody's freaking mind. Because nobody can even imagine, like, what this is going to be like. Like, doesn't that make you wonder, like, what are we all missing here? If we're all, like, what are we missing? And I was talking to my mother-in-law, and I don't quote me on this, but I want to say it was either Candace or Sarah. It was either, Candace Starr or Sarah Saving Spirits, who was talking about Kylie. And they said that Kylie kept saying, like, you're missing something that's right in front of you. And nobody's got it yet. So what are we missing? What are we all missing that's right in front of us? Like, how, you know what I mean? And then, so you have that. And then on the other end, you have, well, how many people are really involved in this? Like, how deep does this go? Because I'm going to bet that it goes pretty freaking deep. When you work for the government, the federal government, and you are a contractor, you have ample opportunities to meet others who are involved in, you know what I'm saying, in things that get taken care of, things that get swept under the rug, things that people don't want brought out into the light. Who better to do that than government contractors who aren't afraid because they know that they're covered by the federal government? That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's pretty crazy. All right, now let's go to this. So I'm going to go over a few of the things that I want to talk about throughout this whole case. So let's go to this. So Jagger emphatically insists he was 4 hours away. This, Misanthrope Lulu put this on Twitter. From Napa, California to Truckee, California. 2 hours and 38 minutes in a car. She said, you want to bet you could do it in 2? And he kept saying, I was 4 hours away. He literally kept saying I'm 4 hours away. I was not around. I was 4 hours away. And now we read, and I don't know if it was a typo, but now we're reading back on August 11th, he was interviewed by Fox 46, and it said that he stated that he was at the same party as Kylie that night before they parted ways. So, which is it? I mean, if that was a typo, we still know he wasn't 4 hours away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe one word that comes out of any of these kids' mouths. I just don't. They get caught up in lie after lie after lie. And then people are like, why can't these kids just, mourn their friend in peace? Can't people just leave them alone? They are suffering. If they stopped giving everybody reasons to look into them and call them out, then nobody would be doing so. But when they act as they have throughout this entire case, yeah, you're acting suspect. You say suspect shit. You've been caught in lie after lie after lie. So, of course, people are going to be looking at you and pointing the finger at you. Of course they are. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear one person say, we got to leave these kids alone and just, it's over. No. Sorry. All right, so let me get into this. So here's the article. On Wednesday, Kylie... why the hell does that do that? I don't even know how that happens. On Wednesday, Kylie's boyfriend Jagger Westfall told Fox 46 that he attended the same party as Kylie, which was intended to be a senior farewell party. Jagger said he told Kylie to be safe before they parted ways for the night. And so I was just like, okay, be safe, don't do anything stupid. Then at 10:30, she responded to what I was saying and just said, oh, I'm sorry that you're going through that. And that was the last time I heard from her. See, he never says that they were texting. He said she responded to what I was saying, which I think, again, is weird wording when you're talking to somebody. So you were like, okay, don't be do anything stupid. Then at 10:30, she responded to what I was saying and just said, oh, I'm sorry that you're going through that. Isn't that weird wording for somebody? Wouldn't you be then at 10:30 she called and said, or she texted and said, or she said, why would you say, then she responded to what I was saying? I don't know. That's just my opinion. But why do we have two conflicting stories? And he swears up and down that he was 4 hours away in Napa. I'm not saying, but I'm saying. Now I want to go over a bunch of this stuff, okay? Because I really would like to just get everything out there, everything we've gone over. For those of you that are new to the channel, we'll go over some stuff and see how it goes. Please, guys, hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. And for those of you that want to help out the channel, there's two links in the description below that you can donate to help the channel. One for PayPal, one for Cash App. All right. Oh, and please share this video. Please. All right. Now, why does that keep happening, guys? All right, so this was when she was still missing. And Jagger put out, any info will help at this point. She was last seen at Prosser Lake around 1:30, most likely drunk driving. Why would anybody say that? So first of all, the first thing wrong with this is Sammy said she last talked to Kylie at 12:36 that night, which we know we have no record of because her phone went dead at 12:33. So this mysterious phone call to Sammy was not, it didn't ping, okay? And then this Elsa chick came out and said, oh, I saw Kylie at the party at 1. She was so wasted. And now he's saying 1:30 she was last seen. I mean, let's get the story straight, guys. All right? It's got national attention. So anyway, she was last seen at Prosser Lake around 1:30, most likely drunk driving. So she was last seen at 1:30 drunk driving, most likely drunk driving. Who would say that about somebody that they were in love with that has been missing? Are you going to say that? No, you're not. There's been something wrong with these people from the very, very beginning. These kids involved, if that's what you want to call them. These teens, remember, guys? These teens that are involved. He says, me or the sheriff, we are all working in the same thing, and the sheriff would like me to filter through any info I can before it gets to them. Problem. Red flag. You're going to filter through the information before you deliver it to the police. Now you sound just like Sammy. Was this all set up? You know what I mean? These teens running the investigation, these teens collecting all the information, these teens doing everything, these teens doing the meetups. Drop your kids off. Drive away. Just drive far, far away. I mean, if that does not tell you something, because never have I ever seen a case like this in my entire life. And I know a bunch of you have said the same thing. It is insane. But that didn't give, you know, that's why so many people are convinced that these kids are all involved. Because they've been running the operation from the beginning. And this is why people are convinced that Ellie didn't do their job, that Ellie wanted all of this covered up, and Ellie was part of it. This is why. What kind of cops let a bunch of kids run a missing person investigation? None. None that I have ever heard of. It would make sense, though, if you had you had people in the government involved trying to take care of all this. You know, I'm just saying. Oh, this is the post. All right, I'm about sick of that happening. I don't even have a camper. All right, now let's go over to Lindsay's post that she put out. Oh my God. What in the hell? Let it be known that Adventures with Purpose has not contacted me or Tony a single time throughout this ordeal. All right, I'm going to stop right there. Wouldn't you want to contact them? Wouldn't you want to meet up with them as soon as they arrived into town to start looking for your daughter? Wouldn't you have been there every minute, every second that they were there searching for her? Is it really their job to come and find you? Should have been there with them, not the other way around. Not to offer condolences, not when the car was discovered, not once. I am so tired of hearing how wonderful they are when all they have done is make a spectacle out of my daughter's death on their quest to make themselves heroes. They are not and will never be my hero. Now, guys, this is the part that really should have screamed out at people. This is meant to be our story, not theirs. Please do not give them the pen or allow them authorship. This is meant to be our story. What did you guys take of that when you read that? This is meant to be our story. Now, not this is supposed to be our story. Not this is our story to tell. Now, supposed to be would have been a better word, I think. Or a better phrase, I'm sorry. This is meant to be our story. Like this was meant to happen. Now, I'm not going to use the word because apparently it's giving me a lot of problems. So I'm just going to say community. And you guys know what I'm talking about when I say the community, right? Okay, this is meant to be our story, not theirs. Meant, like it was meant to happen. Now, you guys that have been with me for a little while know what I'm talking about. Why did she say it is meant to be their story? See what I'm saying? Every person in this story that has talked has blown my mind. Because it's like, really? No normal people would talk like that. And she should have been the one that made sure that she contacted AWP and that they had a number for her. All they had was the contact info for the aunt, and that's who they called. They did not have her mother's phone number. Why was her mother's phone number not given to AWP for contact? You got to ask yourself that. Well, we don't have to ask ourselves that. We figure here, we know why, right? Because she was never supposed to be found, guys. That's why. That's why she was so mad at AWP and didn't want to give them any thanks, because she was not thankful that they found her daughter. That's not how it was meant to happen. See what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys agree or disagree or what, but that's my take on the whole thing. Yeah, Woo in Placer County, and then you got Shannon Moon, who's sheriff in Nevada County. She's not only sheriff, but she's she's sheriff, coroner, and public administrator. What is it with these towns where one person's got 3 jobs? That's why when AWP put out that post that they found Kylie, Sammy said, no, she put out a post saying this is not true, this has not been confirmed. Because Sammy knew that they weren't going to search Prosser Lake. Because they were told by local law enforcement not to search that lake. I'm sorry, they were told that they weren't told not to, they were told they didn't need to. Because it had been rigorously searched. Now, given what we have learned so far in this case with roadside assistance guy and all of that, I don't believe that her car went in that lake that night of the party. I don't believe that at all. Especially since it was seen the next day. And I'm going to throw this at you, and I'm going to pull them up in just a few minutes. I believe that was Kylie running from that car that night in Sacramento. Now, we can agree to disagree, that's fine. But that's just my opinion, guys. These are my opinions. These are not facts. These are just my opinions, okay? So I want everybody to think for themselves, see the information in front of them, and come up with their own logical conclusion. I would never tell somebody what to think or how to think. That's all on you. All right. Now, I saw this today, and I was like, what? So, oh my God, you guys. What in the hell? Maybe it's telling me I got to buy a camper or something. All right. This SF Investigates put this out. Today. I honestly hope when Ellie announces this was an accident. I honestly hope when Ellie announces this was an accident, they give no further details. And I hope that the family doesn't disclose anything. With the way Upchurch and others have trampled on this dead 16-year-old girl for profit, nobody is owed or deserves any answers. Hashtag blood money. Okay. I have said from the, not the very beginning, because at first I didn't know, but I'd say like a week after knowing who this SF guy was, I didn't trust him. I think he's shady. And I think he's involved in a deeper way. And you guys know what I'm saying. I think he's involved in a deeper way with the community. I really do. And we don't know nothing about this guy. Not really. But he seems to be awful close with those involved. And what kind of guy says something like that? I honestly hope when Ellie announces this was an accident, they give no further details. Just leave everybody, and I don't think that that is right. No, we are not owed an explanation, but I think we deserve to know what happened. I mean, we've all put so much time and energy into this case. It's like, I think we all deserve to know what happened. You know what I mean? I mean, if it was my kid, if Kylie was my daughter and all this was going on, I would appreciate all the work that people have done on her behalf. I would want to let them know, what happened. I just think that's, the right thing to do. But we know that through this whole thing, the right thing to do was not anybody's concern. Not anybody involved. Because nobody ever did the right thing. The teens never did the right thing. The parents never did the right thing. The cops never did the right thing. Nobody ever did the right thing. So why are we surprised at anything else? Honestly, that's truly where I'm at. But he says when Ellie announces this was an accident, like he knows. He didn't say if they announce it's an accident. He says when they announce it's an accident. And yes, a lot of us figured they were going to come out and say this was an accident because that's what her mom wants to put an end to all this. So we all have that to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous, in my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about this guy, but I don't know. I feel he is shady, and I just get bad vibes from him. Whoops, I should have closed that out. What the hell? Now, remember when I brought these out, guys? Those of you that are new, you will not, oh my God. Those of you who are new to this channel will not remember that, but. All right. Teehee that tickles. At Jagger Westfall. You're missing a witness, LOL. You don't get away without consequences for what you did. You aped and illed Kylie. They left out the first two letters. Even though people are covering for you, there is one that is not. Man, a lot of people are going to prison because of you. Ellie isn't allowed to protect their kids by covering this up. Who did you pay to store Kylie's car before dumping it? I'm really not asking. They already know. Revenge is the act of a weak-ass coward. What did he get revenge on Kylie for? Did she find somebody else? Was she involved with somebody else? Did she just want nothing to do with him anymore? Like, you know what I'm saying? He wants to proclaim his love for her ever since she's been found. But is that really the story here? I don't believe that it is. Now, if this is true, and it makes a lot of sense, guys, Ellie is not allowed to protect their kids by covering this up. So we know cops' kids are involved. Who did you pay to store Kylie's car before dumping it? Love you. Love you. Which, again, there we go. It didn't go into the lake that night if it was seen the next day by the roadside assistance guy. So where was her car stored? I could not find it, but I don't know if y'all saw Zav Girl's thing, and she had the freaking scanner recording. Kylie's car was found in front of, check it out. Kylie's car was spotted in front of a gated community. Okay? Now, I'm not going to take you down a rabbit hole, but I might just walk you to the rabbit hole, okay? So, her car was spotted in front of the gated community, okay? Now, if you remember that text that was put out that said Kylie's car was spotted on the neighbor's app driving into a gated community, Jagger was driving and there was a blonde in the car. That's all we know. It does not say who the girl was, but Jagger was called out by name. So it must have been, now if it's the neighbor's app, it must have been somebody that knew Jagger for 100% because they verified it. Like they knew it was him when they saw him. But they couldn't identify the blonde. So it was just Jagger and a blonde. But it was Kylie's car. And then you put that scanner on there. That scanner that was called in. And they literally said, this is the car that belonged to the missing person in out of Placer County. It is confirmed that this is the vehicle. Guys, the car was not in the lake. At least we know it was not in the lake up until a certain point, right? Okay, so now just go with me here, all right? I don't want to, don't think I'm taking a hard left here. I'm just saying. Actually, you know what? I'll say it when I get to that picture. Oh, what I was going to say about that one, though, is... Crap. I tried to contact this person, this Teehee That Tickles, through Instagram, and I've still gotten no, answer or anything. I requested it, and nothing so far. But I would really like to talk to that person. Okay. All right, the California Highway Patrol is working the case as a motor vehicle accident, using science to figure out what happened to her car, according to California Highway Patrol Assistant Chief Josh Ehlers. Now, this says down here that she was found on August 22nd. But we were told that she was found on the 21st, right? That was the day her car was pulled out of the lake. All right, you guys with me? Now, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about everything so far? I really think that I really believe, like I had said previously, in the community. I believe that's a real thing. And I also believe that with these deep-ass cover-ups and how far these goes, that what I'm about to tell you could be very plausible as well. All right? And it would make sense. It really would all tie in together. All right, let me jump over here real quick and see what you guys are saying. All right, so oh, I didn't pull that. Let me pull that up real quick. I forgot about that. All right, Sleuthy put this out. This transaction still, for whatever reason, makes me keep coming back to it, bothering me. Would have been August 7th at 7:38 p.m. So August 7th, the day after, well, no, it would have been 2 days, because the party, I say in quotation marks, was allegedly happened on the night of the 5th. The 6th was when they discovered she was missing. And the very next day, on the 7th, the Lost Trail Lodge paid Sammy Smith. What'd they pay her for? What did they pay her for? Now, some people were like, well, they could have paid her for food, for the search parties and stuff. I'm not buying it. And then if you see that picture that somebody posted of a purse filled with money, I don't know, guys. They paid Sammy Smith. What did they pay her for? Your daughter is missing. You're hanging out and hugging all over the person who is possibly could be responsible, who was supposedly with your daughter all night. The girl who left your daughter there said she was so drunk and out of her mind that she couldn't drive her home, and she just left her there. That's the girl that you're paying money to? For what? What is the money for? Doesn't that just give you guys a really bad gut feeling? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. The day after your daughter is missing and you're paying Sammy for what? Does anybody know? And then that mysterious picture, which I don't have. I should have freaking got it. But somebody posted a picture. It's of a purse sitting on the ground. And it's got a wad of cash in it. I mean, there had to have been thousands of dollars there. Is that the payment that Sammy received? And if so, what'd she get that money for? Because clearly she got some kind of money. It doesn't say how much. And I think this is why, because it's a piece of pizza. That's why people just assumed that it was food. But these people work in code. You can't just be like, oh yeah, it's for food because there's pizza. You know, I mean, they probably didn't have an emoji for a dead girl. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that that's what, I'm just saying, what was she paid for? That's all I'm wondering. Oh my God. Okay. 2 days ago, and this was when? August 11th. Oh my gosh. I'm going to freaking smash this thing if that happens again. 2 days ago on the Neighbors app at one, oh, I'm sorry. This was August 11th. So this would have been the 9th. 2 days ago on the Neighbors app at 1 a.m., a topless female was being chased by a Honda CR-V and was pulled back into the vehicle in Sacramento, California, where Kate's dad is sheriff. Let's not forget that. 1 hour and 38 minutes away from Prosser Campground. Kylie drives a Honda CR-V. Her tank top was possibly found at the scene, down the road from Prosser Campground. The timestamps could be off due to camera clock. Why was this not looked into by the cops? Why was this tip not followed up on? Why were we told that it was a dead end? Did they even look into it? My guess is going to be no, because they want us to believe that she drove her car into the lake. That's the story, guys. And if you disagree with that narrative, then sorry for you. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't matter. And I believe this right here that we are reading, this really happened. And I believe that was Kylie running from the vehicle. It would make total sense. That's why her car was seen the next day. That's why we know her car was not in that lake. All right? What do you guys think? Because if in fact that's true, this is true, right? If in fact this is true and legit and that was her, how are they going to cover that up? So they just said, yeah, we checked into it. That was a false, that was bullshit, basically. What else were they going to do? They couldn't look into it and tell us they were looking into it if that's what happened. Everything is so secretive and tight in the community that they couldn't let this stuff get out. So they just, it was out there because somebody put it out. You know what I mean? But they had to quickly find a way to tell us this was bullshit. I don't believe it. I don't believe a word that comes from any of them. Now that I know they have deep government connections, I don't believe a damn word they say. Here's another one from that teehee that tickles to Jagger. Also, said to tell you. Oh, my freaking God. Also, said to tell you. Black shoe, ? No worries. The secrets aren't safe. So, if somebody had come forward, like these things say, like, there's already one witness that came forward. Is that the roadside assistance guy? So who is this person that is talking? I've tried, like I said, to follow them on not Facebook, but Instagram, and they haven't accepted it. I've tried to follow Sammy a boatload of times. She's like, oh, I can't let this chick follow me. No way. Pfft. Oh, man. I'm not sure what this was for. Like, oh my God. I'm not sure. Y'all are probably like, man, I'm not trying to get you guys to go buy a camper. This is not one of the subliminal messaging things. It just keeps happening. But why is Kylie dressed like this? All in black from head to toe, including her nails. And this guy next, like, I'm guessing that this was taken at the lodge because that's what it looks like from the outside. But I don't know. I don't know where or why this was taken. But look how long her hair is. You can clearly tell that picture of her in the store is not her. Look how long her freaking hair is. She didn't, nobody said anything about her cutting her hair. Her hair was not short. So why do we think that that's Kylie in that store video? In that store pic? I'm just saying. Here is OMG. Here is Kylie's mother hugging up on Sammy. And you see how she's looking. All right, look at her face right here. Do you see how she's looking down at this angle and her hair is right here? That's exactly what the picture looks like in the store. I mean, at least that's what I see. But doesn't it make you sick to see her mom hugging up on Sammy? It's sickening. It's like, really? I mean, do you guys think that she's like in complete... All right, so there's a few things on her mom. Okay, so either A, she is being forced to be this way. I don't know if it's some kind of blackmail or if she's being paid or if it's some kind of, if it's just fear, but it's got to be, so it's either that, it's either blackmail, fear, or being paid, to go along with this accident story and back up these people, this girl here, right? Do you guys think that's what it is? Or do you guys think it's the community taking care of the teens? Because that's their, you know what I'm saying? That's their future. If you guys know what I'm saying from my last live. Or do you think, the third option, or do you guys think that, oh my God, I totally just lost my train of thought. Sorry. Or do you guys think that she knows that she has a feeling that Sammy is involved in some way and she's just trying to keep her close? Let me know what you guys think. 1, blackmail, pay, or fear and being forced into this. I'm sorry. 1. 2, that it's the community is why she's acting the way she's acting. Or 3, she's really just trying to keep her close, but she knows what's going on. What do you guys think? 1, 2, or 3? Make yourself. That's what I'm saying. There's a picture, literally. Oh, Lone Wolf, thank you so much for the super chat. It says Jagger was sexually exploiting, trafficking Kylie by taking secret photos and videos. He was also crossing state lines to avoid age of consent. That could very well be. That would make a lot of sense. What's 4? I didn't have a 4. Hold on, let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Oh, Lone Wolf super chatted it. Go to Chucky Unsolved Mysteries, and back in 2015, a 19-year-old disappeared exactly like Kylie. He is still missing. You know what's crazy is somebody commented on one of my videos and said that they used to live in Truckee. Wait, no. I'm sorry, no. She didn't say Truckee. She said they used to live in Placer County. And back in 1984, she had a really good friend that went missing. And to this day, they have had no answers. And they've never been found. Like, what is it with this county and this area for people coming up missing and all this bullshit surrounding everything? That's what she said. She's like, we couldn't get a straight answer. Like, the cops weren't working the case. Everything just basically went, oh, well, we can't find them. We can't help you, and then cold case. I mean, how bizarre. Musing for, oh no, I'm sorry. That was a couple days ago. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay. Welcome to all of the new subscribers that subscribe. Thank you. It's awesome. All right. So let me go back. I mean, I just don't like this. I don't like this at all. And see, I don't know about the bracelet, because when Kylie posted that video and someone was like, oh, that's Kylie's bracelet. If you look right here, and this was back then, she has the pearl bracelet on right there. So I don't know. Maybe it is Kylie's. Maybe it was, but in order for us to know that, like, we'd have to have a picture of Kylie with that bracelet on. So if anybody finds a picture of Kylie with that bracelet on, please let me know. All right, this was a timeline. Oh my freaking God. I want to say Sleuthy did this. I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong. Okay, 6:08 p.m. Kylie on camera at local business in Truckee. Does anybody know? I'm going to open the chat real quick. Does anybody know what business that was at? What business was that taken at? Well, they could have both had the same bracelet. No, that's not Sammy's mom that was holding the microphone. That was, I don't know who that was. That was some lady. Madalirium, do you know what the name of that store was? We'll have to look into that. All right. So this was supposedly, well, I mean, not supposed, like, this is the story that we were given in the party outline and everything from that night. I just didn't know if you guys had seen this. But again, I just wanted to bring up some stuff that just to go over everything because like I said, like really with nothing new coming out about this and them not wanting to release anything until November 1st, and it's like, really, are we really going to keep going through this? Like, that's a long time for a lot of shit to stay quiet. See, and if you look at this, this was according to the mother. Look down here where it says mom wakes up at 8 a.m. the next day on the 6th. Mom wakes up and realizes Kylie never came home. An hour later at 9 a.m., after she had not called the police, she did not call the police when she realized her daughter was not home and never came home last night. No, she did whatever she did for an hour, and then she went, friends and mom wait at Starbucks to see if Kylie shows up for a scheduled camping trip. So your daughter didn't come home last night from a party that you thought that your daughter was at a party and you knew there'd be drinking and drugs and all of that there, and she didn't come home. You realize the next day she didn't come home, and you don't call the cops. You go to Starbucks to sit and wait and see if she shows up. Who's buying this story? I'm not. Who would even do that? Would you not panic? First of all, if you knew your kid was at a party, your 16-year-old child was at a party, and they were going to be home late, and that would put them home at what, 12, what did we say, 12:45? Or 12:30, I mean, something like, no, 12:45, right? And you're just going to go to bed? No, that wouldn't happen. Like, you would wait up for your child, I feel like. And then, so you wake up the next day and you realize, hey, Kylie never came home last night. Well, let me get ready. I don't know if this is what she did from 8 to 9, but let me get ready, and we'll just go sit at Starbucks and wait for her. No, you'd be panicking, calling everybody your daughter knows, right, to find out where the heck she was, if anybody's heard from her. Call the cops, tell them you haven't heard from her. No, none of that happened. That's why it doesn't make sense. Okay, now, adventures after the mom put out, after the mom put out that statement about AWP responded with this. There is speculation whether it came from a real or fake account. Regardless, everyone will grieve in their own way, and blame will play a role in the grieving process. You will see in the video that we made immediate contact with the family members that we had access to. There was a media wall and barrier around Kylie's mother that we did not have direct access to. Now, that we did not have direct access to her. Now, let's read that again. There was a media wall and barrier around Kylie's mother that we did not have direct access to her. Why? 11th. While he was proclaiming his love for Kylie and how much he missed her, he was liking videos like this. It just goes to show what kind of person he was. That's not how a guy behaves when the love of his life is missing. No, it absolutely is not. I am so sorry, y'all. I don't know why that's ridiculous. I don't know why that keeps happening. And so that, oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Oh, I already showed you guys that one. I'm sorry. There's a lot on here. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. So when I was watching AWP's video and this part came up and he came up from that water and you see that look on his face, what did he see when he was down there? Yes, this was his first diving job, which Chad's mom, was like, she was like, I don't understand why AWP would send down a first-time diver for this. Now, and then like Chad said, well, they didn't think, if you watch the video, they didn't think that it was her car. They did not think the car was in there because they're like, how the heck could it be in here? That doesn't make any sense. It's right here, So they did not think that that's what it was. But she did say that after Nick came up and said that, he confirmed there was a body in the vehicle, that that Doug, maybe himself or a more experienced diver, should have gone down just to double check everything, scope everything out and stuff like that. I don't really know. I don't have really anything to say on that, just because like this is what they do. I don't know. This is what they do. They find things that other people can't find, I guess. But when I saw this guy's face, I was like, oh man, what happened to this girl? Look at it. It had to have been so bad. Like, he probably still cannot sleep at night after what he saw. And I think that when they release their stuff that they have, I just think it's going to blow all of our minds. He was like, nobody's even expecting what really is going on here. So for him to say something like that, I mean, it's got to be pretty crazy, right? Pretty insane. All right, I want to know right now, you guys, in the chat, hit a 1 if you trust Jagger and think that he has no involvement in this. Hit a 2 if you think that he has something, if he is involved in this in some way. Oh, Lone Wolf Spirit has super chatted. Check Twitter DM for Kylie's bracelet photo. Oh my gosh. I will do that. Yes, I will do that. Did you guys lose me? Because I just clicked over here and it says that I've only been live for 4 minutes and I have no chat. Are you guys all still here? Oh, this is crazy. I don't see any chat or anything. It just says I've only been live for 4 minutes. It better not have caught me. I better not have lost all of that. Man. What is going on? All right, I don't know. Let me go back and see. I don't know what the heck. If y'all, and I don't even know. I don't have any way of knowing if you guys can hear me. This is crazy. Let me see if I can refresh it. No, it won't let me do anything. Uh-oh. I think I'm losing people. Oh my gosh. You know what? Hold on. I got to check something. I will be right back, y'all. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. All right, you guys. Sorry about that. Okay, well, I have no access to my chat. I cannot see anything, so I hope you guys are still with me. There's like no way of knowing. This is ridiculous. They did this to me yesterday. I was in the middle of a live and it shut down, kicked me out. Like it was all gone. And then I got up today and the video was gone. And I was like down. I mean, it was just crazy. So I hope you guys are getting all this because I have no way of knowing. All right, so let me. The only way I'll know is if somebody subscribes or something, so I get that ding. That'll tell me if people are still here. All right, perfect. Thank you. All right, so I know y'all are still in here. Sorry. Draw Latina super chatted. Thank you so much for the super chat. I think Sammy Smith's bio mom could be Kelly or Nikki, may actually be Sammy's biological mother. Perhaps Sammy was adopted by her grandmother, Cindy. That could be. That totally could be. I'm going to have to look into that now. Oh, man. There's just so much. But that could be very well, too. Then why, that makes me even more curious, because what are they hiding? Like, why those are her parents? And what's the scandal there? Because I'm sure there is one. All right, well, we got to look into that. All right. So on to the next one. Now, here's another one. Miss Creme Brulee over here. Kate. Oh, boy. If you guys wake up tomorrow and suddenly get the urge to buy a camper, we're going to know that subliminal messaging really works. I'm just joking, but that's so crazy. All right. So, here we have Kylie. Here we have Kate. They certainly could pass for each other. Kate could certainly pass for Kylie to somebody that doesn't know them. Like, for instance, a roadside assistance guy. Right? I mean, for sure. And you know what's weird? Is Kate's hair used to be brown. And then she dyed it blonde during this whole thing. And now it's brown again. Did she have blonde hair so she could pretend to be Kylie? I'm just saying. Because in my heart and in my opinion, I don't think at all that Kylie was in that car, that the road assistance guy saw Kylie. I think he saw Kate. and she looked like, she could pass for her. If she had Kylie's clothes on, Kylie's shirt on, sure, she could pass for her to some stranger. Absolutely. That's why he thought he saw Kylie. And that's why, if you listen to Doug said, we should have been able to verify that it was Kylie. We should have been able to, which means that they could not verify that it was Kylie. If I've learned anything from this case, it's when people talk or say something, you really got to listen to the words that they use, because you got to read in between the lines. Like, if they can't come out directly and say something, you got to be able to pick up on what they're saying without them actually having to say it. We should have been able to verify that it was Kylie, but that means that they could not verify that it was Kylie, which tells us that her car did not go into that lake that night. That's what I want to see. I want to see the videotape from the roadside assistance guy. Okay, here's another one from Teehee that tickles. Ugh, that is really frustrating, you guys. So happy they found the evidence and other added evidence. Shrooms, white purse with snatched chain from Kylie's neck. You love her, but she made you do this. Now I'm going to pause right there. How many times have you seen on TV or in movies or even in real life when you hear like 48 hours? This guy was obsessed with somebody, and then he's like, he does something to hurt her, and then he's like, you made me do this. Like, you made me act this way. You made me do this to you. That's somebody who has zero self-control. And a lot of anger issues. I just want to point that out. Y'all jumped out the car. Kate's wrist, insensibly drugged. Steven, Kate, Sam, and you. Just know, LOL, someone saw you that's not part of all y'all's secrets. God is stronger than Lucifer. I so badly want to know who this is. If you are this Teehee that tickles and you can see this, please contact me. Please. I still have no chat, you guys. It says I only been live for 12 minutes. I don't know what's going on here. All right. So. All right. I was close with Sammy for a while when I was a freshman, and she always kind of wanted attention. No hate to her or anything. I get it. We all have phases like that. But I don't think she really truly cares about Kylie the way she is portraying. And then we don't know what this says over here. No, because I also dated Jagger when I was a freshman, and he's not. He's a not safe person. And I didn't even know they were dating until she went missing. How weird is that? What do you mean not a safe person? Like, his morals are way off. He isn't emotionally in a good place, like, ever. So there's another thing that we never heard about. You know, that's probably another lead that Ellie never freaking, checked out. Just this whole thing. But guys, let's go back to the community. This all makes sense, right? Doesn't it explain everybody's behavior? I'm just saying. All right, now, this picture, I do not get a good feeling of when I did not get a good feeling when I saw this picture. First of all, let's look at his face, all right? He looks very like I'm in control. Like he's got a smirk on his face, but it's very like, I got you. Like I'm in control and there's nothing you can do about it. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from him. And a lot of people said that this was his hand, but, well, it's hard to tell if that's his hand. Because she could be wearing a black sweater too, so it's hard to tell if that's his hand. It could be. But she looks, I don't know, look at her eyes. Like, she doesn't look happy in this picture, not to me. I think she looks scared and like terrified in this picture. And he's just like, I got you and there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I mean? He's got that smug look on his face like that. Like, I just don't trust any of these people. I really seriously don't. And I don't think any of them really cared about Kylie. At least not in the right way. Here's Kylie and Kate again. So close in resemblance, especially if you're a stranger. She could easily put on Kylie's shirt and pretend to be Kylie for the roadside assistance guy. And he wouldn't know any better. Do you guys agree with that? Now, here's that address, 11225 Huntsman Leap, Truckee, California. Here's the house. Now, this is where the Tahoe Investigates is. This is where the attorney's office is. And this is where James and Cindy Smith live. Right here. Now, does anybody know? Can anybody find out? I should have looked before and it just popped into my head. Is this a gated community, you guys? Oh, well, not that you could tell me in any way. My chat's down. I don't know why. But we need to find out if this is a gated freaking community. Because if it is, it could be a clue. Right? Where better to take a car than that you're trying to hide than to somebody's house who works for the government, who can keep things under wraps, who can make sure that it's not reported. No, I'm not saying this is. I'm saying it could be. What the heck? It totally could be. Now, this is the address. So I don't know. What do you guys think? The roadside assistance guy, is he the witness that they were talking about? That teehee that tickles? Is the roadside assistance guy the witness that they say came forward? Because he did identify Jagger. He said he could verify that it was Jagger. But he couldn't verify the female. I mean, and they said, Adventures with Purpose said that they literally showed us 10% of that interview with the roadside guy. I want to see the rest of that video. Don't you guys? Like, they should... If this gets labeled an accident, I hope Adventures with Purpose drops everything that they have and lets it out. I really, truly do. But again, will that happen? We don't know, because we don't know how deep this well goes. Okay, now, All right. Now, this was posted. I mean, it was just posted, but it was made. This tweet was made March 27th, 2021. I mean, not the tweet. The tweet was just put out on today. But the article was put out March 27th, 2021. Sacramento, California. Mass gatherings and organized fights among teens have police and community groups urging parents to keep a closer eye on the fight captured on cell phone video. I would like to see that fight. I would like to see if any of our friends here, any of our teen friends here are in that video. Wouldn't that be crazy? So I got to go back and find that video. So this was made March 27th, urging parents to keep a closer eye on their kids, to not let them have fight clubs. I really think that Sammy did something to Kylie that night. I think who even knows? But I think that Kylie was involved in a fight that she didn't want to be in. And I think they got the best of her. And who knows what else they did to her. And who knows how many of them there were. I wonder if, man, I just want justice for this girl. Like, literally all she deserves to have all of these people involved arrested. They should all be arrested. They should all be called out. But will we ever get that? If these connections run as deep, deeper than we could even imagine, that's probably never going to happen. And I need to keep that in the back of my mind, because that could be very well what happens. This could never get solved. This could be a freaking, we'll just be holding on to this forever, which is ludicrous. Oh, this was when this was talking about the roadside assistance guy, and Jagger, oh my God, Jagger was talking to somebody who, okay, so they said on it, brown hair that came out from under it, taller guy but shorter than 6'3", skinny, and had acne or moles on his face, and said he was with a chick who looked like Kylie, but couldn't say that it was definitely her. She was wearing a light gray hoodie. Only said that they seemed uneasy and asked a lot of suspicious questions. Don't panic or do anything that'll make you more suspicious by blocking your account. But you have a solid alibi, right? So you're good. And Jagger replied by saying, yeah, well, she never even called roadside assistance, and I live 4 hours away. So I'm not really worried. Let the people think what they want to think. Really? How do you, if you weren't there, Mr. Smartass, how do you know she didn't call roadside assistance? Oh, that's right, because she couldn't. You can literally sit there and say that Kylie never called roadside assistance because Kylie didn't make that phone call. Did Kate call roadside assistance, Jagger? Did somebody pretending to be Kylie call roadside assistance? What did you guys do to the love of your life? Sick. People are just sick. This whole community, guys, are sick. Now this he put out, I saw this today. He posted this picture of Kylie, which this was taken, guys, if you remember, when he made that video of her without her knowing, which is super weird. But he made, that's, oh, wait a second. Is that the bracelet? Is that the pearl bracelet on her wrist right there? Hold on a freaking second. Oh, that definitely looks like a pearl bracelet to me, the white one right there. That definitely looks like a pearl bracelet to me. Maybe it is Kylie's bracelet and she took it from her. Now we need to find, well, we don't have any. We don't have any pictures of Kylie from that day. But that very well could be. Sammy could have her bracelet on. Which, if she does, that just tells you how sick and twisted that girl is. And how little she cared about Kylie. So anyway, Jagger says this. I'm so sorry all these people are making such a mockery over this. I'm trying to tell them it's over, but they won't listen. I'm trying, Kylie. I just don't know what else to do. What the hell does that mean? I'm trying to tell them it's over, but they won't listen. What's over? What is over? You've been pushing. She got drunk and drove and did something stupid since the beginning. That's how much you cared. But if you really cared about her and loved her like you said, you would have been, and you really weren't there, then you would have been right there with us talking, pointing out everything about everybody else that was suspicious. Pointing out every lie that Sammy told. Instead of having Sammy's back. Instead of saying, yeah, this was all just an accident. If that was the love of your life and she came up missing and you knew that these friends of hers, I say friends in quotation marks, that these friends of hers were the last ones to see her, you would not be standing up for them and defending them. No, you would be with us asking questions and trying to find answers. That's how we know you're full of shit too. Because you're not asking any questions. Because you just want to push the accident narrative. We're not buying it for 1 second. Just want to say that. But that damn well could be the bracelet. I'm going to save that. Okay, now I did this a while ago, but I wanted to show you guys. So, who do you think the female was that met with the, well, I said tow truck driver, my bad, everybody gets mad, but this was back then. Who do you think the female was that met with the tow truck driver, Nick? I know who I think it was. 8%, 337 people voted. 8% said Kylie, 39% said Sammy, and 53% said Kate. I agree. I think that it was Kate. I really do. And I really would like to know what the Lost Trail Lodge paid Sammy for. See, you guys, for those of you that know that watched my last 2 lives, or I'm sorry, was it one live and 1 video? Anyway, watched my last 2 videos that I did. The community just makes more and more sense to me. And, you know, we can agree to disagree, but that's just my opinion. Everything fits in with it. Everything, it would make sense, right? All this would make sense. The mom protecting the Sammy, the mom standing up and defending the teens, the community being celebrated, and the community being talked about so much. All the shit makes sense. The way Jagger acts, the way Sammy acts, the way Kylie acts, all these cops, kids that are involved, all these, all that shit would make sense. So I just want to add that in there. please hit that like button. Oh, wait a minute. Stephanie Stinnett super chatted. Hey, I did try and reach you like you asked. I sent DM and Insta. It should have my pic. Don't have your email. I will be up all night. Thanks. Oh, okay. I will check that. Thank you. I really want to take a minute and thank all of you guys, all the viewers, and all of you who subscribe to the channel. You guys have done an amazing thing for us and helping our channel grow. I really appreciate it. It is so awesome. You guys are all good people. I want to thank everybody. A big super thanks to everybody who has super chatted, who has super stickered, who has donated to the channel. It really helps. You guys have no idea. You guys are awesome. I really want to take that time, though, and thank you guys, because without viewers and without subscribers, you don't have a channel. I mean, you do, but it's not, it's not worth anything. I feel like I'm not going to use the word community because now that word freaks me out. I don't even want to hear that. I don't even like that word anymore. So I'm not going to call our channel and you guys and all of us a community. We got to come up with a name for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not going to be the community. All right, that's off the table. That's off the table now, guys. Marilyn R., thank you for the super chat. But no, you guys are awesome, and I just want to thank you for everything you do, and for all of you that send in tips, and you in particular, you know who you are, who've been doing some digging for me. I couldn't have done it without you. It's super hard. I have never been as involved with a case as I was this one, and I've told you guys before. I just felt pulled to this case. Let me pull up. So I'm just gonna put this up here. And so I want to thank everybody that this was really like I followed the Casey Anthony case. I was so pissed when that verdict came down. That just was not right. And then I was in and out of the Chris Watts case. And then Summer we talked about. But Gabby I was really involved in, but I didn't make videos about it. I wish I would have. But I didn't. And then this one, for some reason, I was just like, all right, everything is so screwed up. Like, I got to call all these people out. I got to go point out everything that's wrong. And then that's how I got involved. But you guys have been so awesome in showing support for the channel that I just want to thank you guys and know that you are appreciated. Okay. So yeah, I mean, of all that stuff, and with you guys got to think, with deep connections, with government connections, it's insane the amount of stuff that they can get rid of and sweep under the rug. It's incredible. We wouldn't even believe the kind of stuff that they could do. And the kind of, you know what I'm saying? That's why I just brought up the thing with her mom. Because it's like, okay, is she being forced into accepting this as an accident? Is she being forced into protecting these teens and to not say anything and to push this accident narrative? And once I found, when I found out that Sammy's parents are government contractors, I was like, whoa. Okay, so what is really going on here with the mother? What is really going on here? How are these you know what I'm saying? But if it's not that with the mother, if it is not her in fear or being forced into playing along with this narrative, and she's doing this all on her own, then that even convinces me more about the community. You guys know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I have liked making these videos and doing this, and I hope you guys have liked it too. Like I said, if anything new comes out, I will definitely report on it. I'll definitely tell you guys. If anything new happens, I'm not going to leave you hanging. But I think, I'll definitely look at all the stuff you guys sent me. But I do need to take like a day or two. I need to take like a day or two off from this. And the people that, the person that's doing a lot of the digging for me, she needs a day off too. So, no. But I just have to step away for a little while, and try to just have some downtime from all this, because it is a lot. But I just want you guys to know that I will still cover this, and anything new comes out, I will be on it. If you guys find anything new or anything that you think is of interest, definitely share it with me. Let me know. And yeah, I just want to thank you guys all for being here. Thank you for everybody that, all the donations, the super chats, everything. You guys are awesome. And it is super appreciated. And please, after this video, drop comments in the video. Drop comments down below. I might not be able to get back to all of you. I might not be able to, it's a lot. It really is. But I appreciate everything. You guys are awesome. So until next time, stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe, and keep asking those hard questions. And you guys all have a super night. Bye.